Howdy. How's it going?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Yeah, just been chilling today, which is nice. Have you worked?
Oh yeah. No, it's hectic. Yeah, I'm going on leave next week, and yeah, it's just as soon as people hear you're going on leave, the work just seems to pile on. So yeah.
Oh,
But yeah,
wow.
that's all right.
Do you work is it quite long hours as well, or?
Well, no, not really. It's sort of it's pretty much no sort of 9 to 5, but I can I mean, because I'm working from home, I'm pretty much I can, as long as the work gets done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty flexible with my hours.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I suppose it's a bit harder when people are going in, but then people are less going in less now, aren't they, really?
Yeah. There's no rush for us to go back, so I'm not.
That's cool. That's cool. Hi, Sean. How's it going?
Hey, going all right. How about you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Welcome. Thanks for coming into the room a little bit earlier. It's just to see if technology and things work as well. So Gareth, you're in London, aren't you?
Yeah, South London. Yeah.
South London. And Sean, where are you based?
East London.
Oh, okay. You're London as well. Lovely. Cool. I think you might have mentioned that before. I don't know, because I saw you on Big Smoke. So, but East London, nice. Okay. I've lived south and I've lived east. I'm north now, so you know, covering.
Okay, I haven't done north. I've lived south and east.
Nice, cool. Yeah, south is quite fun as well. Good. Hi, Robin. Good to see you.
Hi, Anna. Good to see you too. Hi, guys.
Hiya.
Hello, man.
I don't know.
Hello, man.
Guys or boys is fine with me. I feel like much more.
Hi,
Men is too much to live up to. I don't have that sort of responsibility.
Well, I'm no fucking lady, so don't worry about that.
This is an afternoon gig as well for Robin. So
I like my hair's in a ponytail and it's sunlight. The only times I do sunlight gigs is like when I'm doing corporate gigs, you know, and then I hate myself for doing it.
That's cool. I like the, it looks very professional with the circle and everything. The circle, the spotlight on the curtain. There we go.
Oh yeah, I have a spotlight. I have a light on the top because I want to be
man.
professional.
Cool. Hi, Mahesh. Good to see you.
Sorry?
Are you guys still on lockdown over there?
No, we're all opened up now.
Oh, that's great.
People are
Great.
just running around, licking each other and hugging.
Oh, here you're in the States, Sean, or you're over there? You're over there.
No,
You're
I'm
Britain?
over here. I'm Canadian, so I avoid the States.
Right. Remember now your story. Right. So they're open. Everything's open. With India, everything is. I did a show in India. Everything is closed down. I mean, they literally cannot leave their homes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary.
Very sad. Very sad.
Hi, Brett. Good to see you.
Hi, Hannah. Nice to see you as well.
Cool.
Nice to see everybody.
Hey.
Well, nice.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, yeah, it's nice and intimate in the Zoom room, but obviously we'll be streaming on Facebook as well. So I'm just going to sort of start streaming. Normally, as we know, that takes a few minutes. So, you know, feel free to have a little chat. Don't think too serious unless you want the whole world to know about, you know, I don't know, licking out and things. So yeah, let's go.
Anna, should I keep to tradition? Can I please have recording right?
Well, Mahesh, it's interesting that you said this, especially for you. I've actually put it on a setting for automatic record. Yes.
Oh, awesome. So I can actually do that.
Yes. It took me a year to find out how.
Oh, awesome. I'm going to record this. Thank you.
So yeah, just yes.
Oh, awesome. I can actually do that.
Yes, it took me a year to find out. Isn't it nice? We can hear back what we're saying. So yeah, so we definitely know we're going live. Yes,
awesome. I can actually do that.
Yes, and we're going live. This is hello. This is exciting. Welcome to Frenzy Comedy, everybody. Yes, yeah. Right. Thank you. Fabulous acts as well and friends. So this is really fun. Just to let you know, if this show does stop streaming suddenly, it goes off. It's either my Wi-Fi, yeah, or a tree has, you know, dropped on top of the house because we are having crazy weather, aren't we? This is insane. Really windy. So, you know, I'm going to be okay either with a tree on the house. Actually, I live in a basement, so I feel a bit like Dorothy. Do you know Dorothy from Wizard of Oz? Yeah. I feel a bit like her. Yeah, you know, sort of hiding in the basement. I don't know if she ever had these Wi-Fi problems or things like that, but yeah, no, it's exciting. So yes, we were just talking a little bit about lifting of lockdown and sort of when that process is quite exciting, isn't it? The last year, what we've been doing is we've had a lot of time, haven't we? A lot of time to watch ourselves age. Yes. Too much time. God. But you know what? I realized recently that some things haven't changed. I did get asked for ID. Yes, I know. Now I was a bit annoyed about this, and not annoyed at the fact that she was asking me for ID for an energy drink. Maybe she just felt like I didn't need it. Or more about the fact that she was the same height as me. Come on, under 5 foot. You know, she should have understood what it's like to be and how tough it is to be under 5 foot. How dare she ask me for ID? But you know what? I'm over it. No, just about. Oh, jeez. I don't know how your week's going. Mine's been all right. I've had a couple of frustrating messages, text messages from the NHS. So NHS guys, if you're watching, I got your messages. Okay, I got 2 of those messages, well received. Thank you, reminding me to get the vaccine. Thank you for that. I shall decide whether I do this or not, so you don't need to send me any more text messages, just in case you're watching. Maybe you could text Boris instead. Give him a little reminder, yeah? why don't you text Boris and remind him to give us our freedom back? That would be nice. So, yeah, but that yes, just text Boris basically. But you know what I don't actually get is how they got my contact details. You know, the NHS. How do they do this? Because this year there's only one number that I've been giving out. Yes, that's right. It's my track and trace number. They're suspicious. I'm not sure how they got my number, so I'm a little bit annoyed about that. I do need to go to the doctors though at some point. I'm a bit hesitant about that, to be honest, to get my sanity checked. Apart from that, I'm okay. I'm a bit hesitant in the sense that if I go there, you know, I'm worried that I'll go through all these things, chat to them, and then suddenly at the end they'll be like, well, while you're here, why don't you just have a quick jab? You know, why don't you just quickly take the jab? So I'm worried I might be cornered with that. So I'm taking my time with going to the doctors. Yes, well, unless they have morphine in the jab, I'll be quite happy about it. I'll be quite happy. You know, it turns out that obviously Boris isn't obviously you're doing what I'm doing, showing his track and trace number, because what I found out recently is Boris's number has been accessible for all of us, by the way, yes, on Google, online, available, yes, for 15 years, guys. Amazing. I didn't know this. It's too late now. They've taken it off Google, but I wish I'd known this before, because I would have called him. No, not for obviously recommendations of interior designers. No, not at all. Not for recommendations for gyms, no, or hairdressers, not at all. But obviously to talk about what's going on in the world. What's better than having Boris's phone number online? Let me think. What about Boris's account details, bank details? Wait, that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Well, then you think about it, actually, he doesn't spend his own money. Yeah, no, maybe not. Yes, he spends other people's money. Anyway, so that's my little rant. Welcome again to Frenzy. We have lovely acts. I'm really excited. We've got sort of a new friend that's come on board to join us on Frenzy. This is really exciting. I'm going to surprise them a little bit because normally I like to give them the running order, but I've realized I haven't done that this week. Just keeping everybody on their toes. However, they're going to be great, and I am going to introduce our first Canadian, yet from London, act. It's really good to have him. So if we have a nice round of
Hey everybody. I like Anna just talking about Boris's phone number, because recently there was a leak, a Russian leak. And it was like the Russians have gotten it was like 100,000 people's phone numbers and addresses, and that's just a phone book.
Yeah.
They just found a phone book. I don't think that counts as a hack. We all used to have that hack, just like in the cupboard under the sink. So I've written some jokes. I've only done one show in the last year, Brooks' show, Big Smoke, which is a great show. It's the only show I've done in the last year, so I am a little out of practice. But I've written some jokes here. But I have to warn everyone that I haven't done any segues for these jokes. Spanish people hate surprises. Notice that they hate them. They built it right into their punctuation. Right, they've got that little upside down question mark that's like, pay attention, there's going to be a test at the end of this sentence. But they've got this like upside down exclamation mark that's like, hold on to your hats, shit is about to get crazy. I'm writing a prequel for Last of the Mohicans, for the movie Last of the Mohicans. It's called Still Plenty of Mohicans. No problem on the Mohicans front. It's hard to make friends in London. Anyone who lives in London knows it's like a huge city. It's really hard. I've found a hack recently, a little trick. If ever you see a couple walking down the street hand in hand, just yell Red Rover, run through them. Now you've got two new friends. I don't I don't watch rugby. I don't know anything about rugby. I was in New Zealand though, right before the lockdown, and not watching rugby made their newspaper headlines crazy. Because does anyone here know the New Zealand rugby team?
Yeah, All Blacks.
Yeah, the All Blacks. So I did not know this. So their headlines freaked me out because the first headline I see there says All Blacks have problems. New Zealand, that's not okay. You can't put that in a headline. And then a week later I see All Blacks disappointed, maybe because of last week's headline. Right before I left, I saw a positive one that All Blacks control South Africa, and I thought, about time. Good. Only the fanciest people travel by balloon. A few years ago, I dropped it. A few years ago, I made this sandwich, this awesome sandwich, and it was back before I was veggie, and it had bacon, and it had cheese, and it had bacon bits. I had like layers of bacon in this sandwich. It had mayonnaise and like spices, and I was carrying this sandwich on a plate, and I was being careless, and I was shaking around the plate. It slid off the plate, and it of course broke into the two halves, and the two like halves with stuff both fell on the floor. And this has traumatized me. This was years ago, and it traumatized me. And now every time I make a sandwich, I hold the sandwich on the plate. I'm very careful because I'm like, not again. Today, I made a sandwich. And now I'm veggie, so it's a little bit of a different sandwich. It had avocado, and it still had cheese on it because I'm not all that veggie. I think you should squeeze animals. You just shouldn't eat them. But I had the same thing, and the same thing happened. I was walking, and I was careless, and it slid off the plate, and it landed, and not even kidding you, I went, not again. Twice in 10 years? Not again. Guys, I don't believe in Australia. We're all adults here. I'm sure no one does, right? We all know it's just a made up thing. Really, Australia, it's like, it's a little bit unbelievable, isn't it? Like all of the animals in Australia are a little bit far-fetched, and they're all only in Australia, right? They're like, oh yeah, we got animals. Oh yeah, you wouldn't know them. They're all like hipster about it. It's like, what animals do you have? Like, oh, we got bears. It's like, yeah, I know bears. I'm from Canada. They're big. They'll like eat your face. No, ours are like an adorable tiny old man. They only eat plants that you don't have either. It's like we got this animal, and it's kind of a rabbit, but it's kind of a donkey, but it's people-sized, and it's got a pocket for its stuff. Kangaroo is not an animal. And then I'm almost on board, and it just pushes it that extra step. And it's like, okay, we got this animal, and it's kind of a duck, but it's kind of a beaver, but it's kind of a snake, and it's electric, and it has a poison claw. You guys, a platypus is not a real thing. That is a character of Phineas and Ferb. That is not a thing that exists in the real world. Where even are you, Australia? Right? I'm an island, convenient, no one to corroborate your story. Well, I'm kind of near Antarctica. Oh, so you're cold? No, I'm a super hot desert, man. Fuck you, Australia.
That's made up. It doesn't
I do not
exist.
believe in it. Yeah, I do not want to swim with dolphins. If I'm super sick and I can do one of those like Make-A-Wish things, and you know people can swim with dolphins, I have no interest in that. I am way too competitive because they're super good at it, and they're real dicks about it. I don't know if you guys have seen dolphins, but they're like, they know that they're one of the smartest, and they're rubbing it in everyone's faces because they like don't have jobs. They're like that level smart above us. And I do not want to swim with dolphins. I want to race with the dolphins. I just want to be like, fuck you, dolphin. Look who's fast now, bitch. Summer's coming, everybody. Summer's coming soon. Which means you know, sexier clothing. And men, I think we've been falling behind the last few years, I gotta say, because ladies are stepping up, but guys, we're doing nothing. And so what I'm suggesting, and stay with me here, is just this little window, right? Just this little, like, let's put on some shorts, just this little window at the front, and nothing weird, right? Like I'm not talking like balls or head, just like a hint of shaft, just a tasteful. Just a little fleshy, flaccid ray of sunshine, brighten up everyone's day. Why don't they cut pizza in England? Who has ever not wanted a cut pizza? This is a thing here. They just serve the pizza and then they're like, would you like us to cut it? Like, of course I would. Who has ever? What is this? A couple years ago, they had a thing where the government took all the sugar out of everything so people stopped getting fat. That wasn't the problem. The problem is that you eat pizzas like they are cookies. That's the problem, England. I have adult friends who are still embarrassed to buy condoms. You guys, it's I was talking to a 30-year-old adult friend recently, and she was saying she's still embarrassed to buy condoms. She does this thing where when she buys condoms, she buys like other stuff at the same time, right? So she's got like a bunch of like magazines and like popcorn, and then it's like, oh, what condoms are in there? It's weird. Well, I guess I'll buy them since I'm here. I kind of do that, but I like to do the opposite of that. So I like to buy condoms, and then I like to buy something else that kind of like shows off that purchase a little bit, right? And leaves like a little question in the cashier's mind. So I like to buy condoms and then just like a box of loose meat. I'll buy condoms and then like a single serving jar of mayonnaise and an aubergine. I'll buy condoms and then like a melon and a corkscrew. Because when I leave that Tesco's for that cashier to be like, he's gonna fuck that melon. At least he's being safe about it, but I think he'll fuck it. You guys, I will fuck your melons. And that's it. On that note, that's all.
Yeah.
I get it now. I get it. From men's fashion to slicing. Yeah, I get it. That was fantastic. Thank you, Sean. So yeah, no, it's interesting. You mentioned the phone book. The only thing I use that for is just to literally stand on. I didn't realize there were numbers in there as well. Okay, that's why it's called a phone book. Oh, I get it. Okay, cool. And with the whole sandwich thing, this is quite interesting. It's happened twice now, has it?
It's happened twice in 10 years. Yeah, I know. I have a tough life.
Yeah, I mean, I now know that it's not swimming with dolphins that you want with your Make-A-Wish. It's just how to make the perfect sandwich. Or, I mean, I was wondering as well. I mean, where do you, those times were you drinking when making a sandwich? I mean, was that something?
Wasn't thinking. You got to have your full attention on the sandwich because plates are slippery. What they need to make is sticky.
Yeah, oh yeah, I like that bit of Velcro on the plates. Yay! That was really fun. Fantastic, and that's quite a good way, isn't it? Like sort of hide the condoms and magazines, because you can get little gifts. Sometimes you get free lipstick and stuff like that. Magazines, just take your tape and just stick the the magazine. The condom magazines. That was really fun. Thank you, Sean. I love you to have you on Frenzy. Thank you, Jen. He is looking ready with his headset. Keep that going in the room for Gareth.
Ah, thank you. Ah, yes. So, everybody was talking about earlier. So on Monday, we got some more of our freedoms back. Yeah. It was part 2 of Freedom Day. Part two. Part one was in April. Part 2 was now in May, and then part 3 is next month in June. So basically, we're in the middle of the trilogy. We're at the Empire Strikes Back phase. Return of the Jedi's next month. You have to wait next month. Next month's all Ewoks and stuff. Now we're fighting them. We're fighting the Empire. Yes. No. So we got some of our freedoms back. So now you can. So now you can go to the cinema, you can sit inside a pub, and you can give somebody a big bojo hug. Yeah, bojo hug. Yeah, bojo hug. Yeah, because Boris Johnson, he's got his own hug. Yeah, the bojo hug. Yeah, the bojo hug. Yeah, no. Yeah, so no, the bojo hug. It's just like a bear hug. Just like a bear hug. That's if the bear was a big fat blomping blimp with Wurzel Gummidge hair. Yeah, the Bojo hug. No. I'm sick of Boris telling me who to hug. I'm sick of Boris telling me hug. Yeah, it's like, Boris, stop telling me to hug. I don't tell you who to hump. Don't tell me who to hug.
Yeah.
No, Boris, no. Because it's none of my business. It's none of my business. It's none of my business, who anybody humps. It's none of my business if Boris shags strippers, if David Cameron fucks a pig, if Keir Starmer has a flaccid wank. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. So don't tell me who to hug. Yeah, no, because they're all telling us who to hug. All of them, even the BBC. The BBC were telling us who and how to hug. They had their little cartoon on their website on how to hug. Like a cartoon. I mean, do I look like a cartoon? Do I look like Mickey Mouse? No. It's like, stop telling me who to hug. Yeah, no, no. So, but now the new thing they're saying is apparently like they're telling us who to hug, but they're also saying like, oh, part three of Freedom Day might not happen. Oh, it might not happen. No, because yes, because you have the Indian mutant strain of COVID. Yeah, the Indian one. Yeah, no. But there are all these mutant strains of COVID. There was the Indian mutant strain of COVID. There was the Brazilian mutant strain of COVID. There was the South African mutant strain of COVID. There was even a mutant strain of COVID found here in Kent in England, and it's just got me thinking, where is the next mutant strain of COVID going to come from? Where's it going to come from? I'm thinking the KFC in Shepherd's Bush. No, seriously, yeah, because I was at the KFC in Shepherd's Bush the other night. No, I was, yeah, and the next day I didn't feel good. Oh, I felt awful. Oh, it was bad. Yeah, no, I had a headache, I had a temperature, I was coughing, I was sneezing. Yeah, I even lost my sense of taste and smell. Yeah, I didn't feel good. Yeah, and that was back in 2001. There was so we need to keep an eye on the KFC in Shepherd's Bush. Yes, no, we do. It's dangerous. Yeah. No, it is. The chicken's covered in oil. Bad. Yeah, no, but like with all these mutant strains, right? Like, I just want to know, what type of mutants are we dealing with? Are we dealing with X-Men or Ninja Turtles? No, is this Wolverine or Donatello? Is it bad sideburns and a razor claw, or pizza eaters in a sewer? What type of mutants are these? No, we need to know, because then we'll know. If because the vaccine needs to know. It needs to know what type of mutant it is. Yeah, no, because I went for my jab the other day, right? I went for my jab the other day, yeah, and they asked me all sorts of questions. They say like, you're all right with this? I'm like, yeah, I'm all right, I'm fine. And then they said, okay, now we're just going to give you a warning. You might have some slight side effects, but don't listen to those anti-vaxxers. You're not gonna grow an extra arm or an extra head. Don't listen to that. You'll just have some slight side effects. And I'm like, but I want bad side effects. I want superpowers. I want superpowers.
Mutate.
That's what I want, a mutant. That's why I'm getting the jab. I mean, why does Peter Parker have to get bitten by a radioactive spider? I want my extra arm. I want my, although I don't know, probably if I did get side effects, I mean, I haven't had any yet, but probably if I did, probably the worst thing would happen is I'd probably like grow a third nipple. Yeah, I'll probably grow a third nipple. Yeah, like Chandler in Friends. Did everybody watch Friends? Apparently Chandler, he had a third nipple. Yeah, I think he called it his nubbin or something. Yeah, but he still got to score Monica. So I don't know, third nipple or not. So yeah, but I mean, so I'm waiting. Maybe the third nipple comes with a second jab. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Yeah, we'll wait and see. Yeah. Oh. Okay, yeah, but yeah, no, but also the other thing that's going to happen, like with the vaccine, right? they're talking about vaccine passports. Have we all heard about this? Yeah. They say we're going to get, yeah, Sean knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. And yeah, no, I think they're definitely going to happen. I think vaccine passports are definitely going to happen, you know, because you're going to need a vaccine pass to, you know, go to the pub, you know, to go shopping, go watch the football. Yeah. Go on a plane. Yeah. I reckon that you will even need a vaccine pass to have sex. Yeah. No, you will. No, because I can just imagine, right? I can imagine in this new normal, you know, in this new normal, because you know, like no, because I remember, you know, when I used to have sex, you know, in the before times, you know, on those occasions when they would happen, you know, like when I was about to get intimate with a lady, you know, no, it did happen, you know, it's true, it did. No, okay. But no. So when it came to that moment, you know, like when we were about to get intimate, the lady would say to me, Gareth, have you got protection? Have you got a condom? Where I think in this new normal, the conversation will probably go something like this. Gareth, have you got protection? Have you been Pfizered? Yeah, no. So you know you're going to need a vaccine pass. Yeah, you're going to vaccine pass. But it might not be such a bad thing, you know, like for men, because if you're playing the dating game as a man, you know, you got to be on top of your game. Yeah, you got to be top of your game. You know, you have to. You know, you've got to be good looking, well dressed, charismatic, have a sense of humor. You've got to have you got to be on top of your game. Yeah, but yeah. So I can just imagine, you know, in a scenario, in a future scenario where a lady's in a pub, you know, and she's or a club, and she's eyeing potential suitors, and yeah, she'll probably see a man from across the way, and she'll think, he's a bit scruffy, not very good looking. Yeah, no sense of humor at all. Oh yeah, not charismatic at all. Yeah, no, he's boring as anything. Yeah. But at least he hasn't lost his sense of smell. He's a keeper. Yeah, he's a keeper. Yeah. Okay. I've been watching a lot of TV and movies during lockdown. I normally watch a lot of TV and movies anyway, so lockdown's been quite easy for me in that sense. But yeah, there was a show on Channel 4 back in February. It was called It's a Sin. Has anybody seen It's a Sin? No one, nobody's seen. Okay, I'll explain what it's a sin. So basically, It's a Sin. It was a 5-part miniseries. It was basically about the AIDS pandemic in the 1980s and how it affected the gay community in Britain. So yeah, and it was created by a guy called Russell T Davies, and it got a lot of acclaim. And Russell T Davies, he was interviewed, and they said, and the journalist said to him, well, you know, why was your show so good? You know, it was so authentic. How did you make it like that? And he said, well, the reason the show was so authentic was because the gay characters were portrayed by actual gay men. And he said, you have to have a gay man portray a gay man. It can't be any other way. And I said, okay, yeah, no, but it got me thinking. But like, I remember like 10 years ago, like Sean Penn, he played Harvey Milk, who was a gay man, and Sean Penn is straight, and he won an Oscar for that. So yeah, but okay, so if we're going into this new world, like, right, what Russell T Davies says, you know, if we have a movie about a political figure, we're gonna have to find ourselves a real life politician. And if we have a movie about a pirate, we're gonna have to find ourselves a real life pirate. And when we finally get to do that biopic of Sean Penn, we're gonna have to find ourselves a massive cunt. And that's my time. Thank you.
Brilliant, fantastic. Yeah, gosh, yeah, there's so much is going on, and hopefully we will get to that next step with Boris, hopefully giving us that freedom, fingers crossed. But yeah, I mean, there's so many, as you say, like variants and things going on around. I mean, it's insane. We did have the Ken one, didn't we? There was that one. I'm wondering if there will be like a, I don't know, as you say, different ones, like an Essex variant maybe. I wonder what the symptoms would be for an Essex variant, with people suddenly just start going really orange tanned and their teeth would suddenly get really white, and then not change totally, and you go, you've got the Essex variant. So who knows what's next. Yeah, the passports, yeah, I mean, if we get that, Jesus, it's gonna be a challenge. I don't know about you guys, I mean, I lose things so easily, so this is partly why I don't have ID on me half time, because I'm always losing it. So it's gonna be a challenge, like going to a club and try to convince a bouncer that how is anyone gonna do that? Trying to convince a bouncer that I've had my vaccine, but I don't have my passport because I lost it. This is going to be a challenge. I'm going to be at the door for a long time. And this is going to be 10 minutes probably after I'm trying to convince them that I'm old enough to get in. So this is going to be a challenge. So that's making me a little bit nervous with these vaccines. Lovely. That's really fun. That was great. So are we ready for our next act? It's good to have him back. Fantastic. That more nice round of applause whilst he stands prepared. For Mahesh Khilinani.
I don't have permission to record. That's fine.
Recording.
Just say I don't have permission to record. That's fine. I have a new trick, so it's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Thank you so much, Anna. How's everyone doing today?
Woo.
That's good. That's good. Another question for you guys. Another question. What do you get if you mix Bill Gates with Braveheart? Keyboard warrior. That's right. I'm here.
What's that?
I'm here all day, folks. I'm here all day. So yesterday I was listening to talk radio, and this guy comes on. He's like, mate, I'm sick and tired, right? Can't wait till this effing pandemic ends. Then I don't have to keep washing my effing hands every time I go to the effing toilet. Couldn't stop laughing. I was like, you still need to do that, mate. You still need to stop the nastiness.
Oh, God.
When I was young, my parents used to tell me that expiration dates are just an approximation. That products don't actually go bad on that day, but days later. So it's fine, but they go bad a few days later. It probably explains why diarrhea runs through my family. That's right. All day, folks, all day. Yeah.
Killing it.
Speaking of my parents, this is common knowledge, right? Asian parents and Indian parents, their relationship with their kids is a little bit different, right? So I'll never forget when my Caucasian friend came over to mine. We were in my room. We started smoking some weed, started doing some prank calling, started playing some video games, making a lot of noise. That's right, making a lot of noise. My mom walks in, goes, put the volume down. I take a leaf from my Caucasian friend's book, and I say, buzz off, mom. 5 minutes later, my dad walks in, and you know what he does? He spanks my bottom hard. That's right. Well, the sad thing is, this happened last week. That's right. So now that we've got some newfound freedom, everyone talking about Gareth's talking about Sean's talking about it. We got some newfound freedom, right? On Monday, I went to a new restaurant. I mean, it was new for me anyway. Let me give you my review of the place. Food, excellent. Ambience, amazing. Service, incredible. Have to admit though, I did have my reservations. That's right. That's right. Cheese all day, all night. My girlfriend, she lost her job during the lockdown. She worked at a beauty salon, but now things are opening up again. She's been applying for work as a manicure pedicurist. I think that's what it's called. The other day she had an interview. I called her up afterwards to ask her how it went. She said it was terrible. when it was the worst interview she's ever had. Turns out though, she fucking nailed it. That's right. talking about no, I like that, you know, about this newfound free, like, oh, you know, we get released from everything that we're doing, we're getting this newfound freedom, like, oh yeah, we can hug again, yeah, as if people weren't shagging this entire pandemic, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be serious. Yesterday I had the weirdest dream. I got married, and then straight after I got divorced. Talk about your unconscious uncoupling. That's what I'm trying to say. Come on. Like I said, so I'm turning 35 this year, but I'm currently dating a 21-year-old. Yeah, I know. Congratulate me. And ooh, I treat her well. Yeah, I spoil her rotten. Once a month, without fail, I get us a nice takeaway from a well-known restaurant like McDonald's. That's right. This summer, I'm going to take her on a nice holiday to Kent. Come on now, people. We're in COVID times, right? And for her last birthday, I bought her something that was very expensive 10 years ago. That's right. What I'm trying to say is that I don't have much money, but I like to portray the image that I do. I'm a fake, false, rubbish substitute for an older rich man. Do you know what that makes me? That makes me her saccharine daddy. That's right, saccharine daddy, folks.
Saccharine daddy.
My cousin the other day, she said to me that her sex is so good, it can turn a racist. I was like, that's good to know. She goes, yeah, you know the kind of person that uses the phrase, F off Paki, go back to where you came from? I was like, yeah, there's a name for people like that. Preeti Patel, that's right. Political jokes. I got everything in my arsenal. Thank you, yeah. So you guys want to know what turns me on these days? I mean, what really turns me on? I'll tell you what. When someone says my name correctly, that's right. Mahesh Khilinani, and I get hard. I get as hard as Preeti Patel talking about immigration. That's right. Too much Preeti Patel bashing. That's all I can say. Where am I at? You know what really annoys me? When Indians have Caucasian names. You know what I mean? Like you call up a call center, what's your name? And the guy's sitting in Mumbai, but my name is David. No, it's not. It's Dinesh, right? At least be proud of your name, right? I think the world needs to level itself off. One day I want to meet a Caucasian guy that comes up to me and goes, all right, geez, the name's Smith, Sanjay Smith. But it's call me Sanj, right? It just needs to. So let me tell you the kind of guy I am. I'm the kind of guy that puts on deodorant just before an online gig. That's right. You never know who could smell you virtually, right? You can never know who can smell you virtually. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something else about me. Actually, I'm not going to tell you something else about me. I'm going to let you guys guess. What do you think I do for a job? What do you guys think I do for a job? Apart from being a comedian, of course. Okay, let me give
Bus driver.
Right? Let me give you guys a clue. As a kid, I was really naughty. I hated following rules. I broke all the rules. Always in detention, getting expelled, suspended, you name it, right? So as an adult, I wanted to find something that I love, and I did. I found my perfect job. Do you guys know what it is? Can you guess?
Cop.
A cop? No, not at all. I work in compliance. That's right.
Pretty close.
I have a job making sure other people follow the rules. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Mm.
The other day, I read an article talking about these two sisters who've made a dating app that doesn't match people on their looks, but on their personality. I said to myself, fantastic. I'm still going to get fuck all matches. That's right. But no, but regular dating apps are they're pretty good, right? Because some of the pictures on those apps, they're hot, aren't they? They are steaming hot, some of them pictures, right? Like, I ain't no scientist, but I'm pretty sure that some of those pictures could even turn on Stevie Wonder. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. That's right, folks. That's right. But speaking of dating apps, though, right? Come on, let's be honest. Look at me. I can't swipe no to anyone. I mean, just look at me. I can't swipe no to anyone. And to be fair, right? I don't like swiping no because it makes me feel like I'm playing God. Because you never know. That no could be your soulmate. That's right. Let's move to the news. What's happening in the news? So what's happening in the news? So as far as I'm aware, there is something Indian that has invaded this country, looking to conquer the nation, potentially putting us all, the general population, into a third national lockdown, thus enslaving us all. That's right. When I found this out, I said to myself, you know what I want to do? I want to say to the royal family and to the British government, now, how does that make you guys feel? That's right. How do you like them apples, right? He's a bitch. Gandhi has left the building. That's right. Speaking of freedom, me and my mates decided we want to go on a lads holiday this summer. And we looked at the green list and we were like, these are a fantastic bunch of countries that we can go to. Like, we got a really good choice of countries to go to, right? We can either go to New Zealand, Australia, or Singapore. So thus taking a 24 or nearly 24-hour flight and potentially being extremely exhausted at the end of that. Or we can go to the strictly Islamic state of Brunei. Where better to go to go on the lash, you know what I mean? To get pissed. Or we can go to Israel for a really explosive holiday. Am I right?
Too soon.
Or we can go to the Falkland Island, Faroe Islands, St. Georgia, or St. Helena, where the population is about 100 people, thereby maximizing our chances of getting laid. That's right. So my friend's grandmother passed away. Phoned her up. It's like, I'm really sorry to hear. What happened? She goes, she tells me that her granny lost the battle to COVID and expired 3 days ago. I go, no, listen. That's just an approximation. She's still currently alive, but she will be dead in the next few days. Thanks a lot. You've been a great audience.
Good. Yes. Mahesh, I hope you're not offended that I haven't managed to turn you on. I apologize. I do realize I have not said your surname properly, so apologies.
Anna, don't worry.
Okay, forgiven. Nice. So yes, I like your kind of outlook with your whole dating sites. You absolutely never know. I don't know, like before the pandemic, there's so many like dating sites. I don't know, what to go on, who to choose, and how to go on them. Something a site that I quite like before the pandemic is it's quite a good one. It's to meet people. I like to call it the 3-in-1. So it's a bit like a blind date. Also it's a bit like Happen, the dating app there. Also you can find out where they live without asking them. Yeah, it's quite a good one. Uber Pool. Yeah. That was one of my apps I like to use. So Kent, why would you want to take your girlfriend to Kent? Are you trying to get her to get the variant? Do you want her to have no, Kent's a cool place. I do like it. Has anyone I mean, for ages before obviously we got our newfound freedom or almost there, I kept saying I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna join. I haven't actually joined yet, and I think I've got very good reason to. I'm just waiting for kind of everybody to sort of go and have their burst at the gym, like 2-3 weeks, really enjoy it, and then as they slowly stop going, that's when I will be going to the gym. Because I'm not really a fan of gyms. Partly I just don't like being around people in gyms. One of the reasons is because I go very red in the face. And I do, like, really red. It's quite concerning, like kind of beetroot red. It's not a cool look. And I do get a lot of people asking me if I'm okay. Yeah, when I've just walked in. So this is why I go to the gym at weird times. I also find that I actually get more attention in the gym, I know, than I do in the hospital. So yeah, I like to go when it's very quiet. There's been times in the past I've gone to the gym at about, I shouldn't really say this because I don't want anyone to come and meet me, but around like 1 o'clock in the morning sometimes. Yeah, it's just me and the Hoover guy, he and I. Well, cool. He doesn't care what I do. He's busy. And I'm on my own in the gym, quite happy and content. It's not that, like, I don't know, with gyms, I like to get fit, but I've never been into like being too big. I don't know. I think that's just too much hard work, isn't it? It's hard. That's a lot of work to get to. Come on. And I've never really been into like massive bodybuilder sort of people either. And I learned this when I went to a body pump event. Actually, it was a few years ago. I worked at one. And it's a gathering of a lot of fitness people, body pump people, men, women, like literally pumped up to their eyeballs. And it's quite surreal, actually. I felt a little bit uncomfortable. I did. When I was there, I was just like, you know what, the last time I felt this uncomfortable was when I tried anal sex. I thought, is this normal? Is it normal to be like that? Really, it's quite uncomfortable. That's how I felt. And also what I don't understand, I don't understand the whole fake tan as well. There were people sort of like wearing fake tan, head to toes, even the 6 toes were covered in fake tan. And I just don't get this. I don't know what's more weirder, seeing an Indian man with fake tan on or seeing someone from Essex without fake tan, you know? One of those things. So hopefully next week I would have accomplished the mission to go to the gym in the middle of the night whenever all is quiet and even the variants are dormant as well. Good. So we have come to our final act. It's lovely to have her back. She is all the way from New York, sunny New York. So thank you so much. An afternoon gig for her. Pleasure. So if we can have a warm round of applause.
Hi, hold on one second, guys. I want to start my timer. Here we go. Okay. I want to just, here we go. I want to get back to the main screen. So I'm just going to talk about some of you guys' stuff for a bit and then I'm going to try some new material on you that I had never done before because I've been doing nothing but writing. So trying anyway. Didn't write a bit during COVID, but now I'm writing. Now that I can go out, I'm writing. So you talked about shagging during the pandemic. Yes. I didn't, I wasn't, I have to be honest with you, I wasn't before the pandemic, so nothing changed. And then freedom. Yes, we are free at last. I haven't felt this free since I kicked my kids out of the basement. And vaccinations. Yes, I've had both shots. Absolutely no side effects, except I have to say it was great having my third arm flip those pancakes this morning. Okay, so I'm going to give you some new stuff. I have to read a little bit of it. I'm sorry, I haven't done it on anybody yet, so you're kind of like my experiment. So I gained like 25 pounds during COVID. I'm like Anna, I'm not that tall. I'm 5'2", barely 5'2". So 20 pounds is a really big deal on me. Okay, so I've been like dieting like a lunatic. Because I'm going to be out in the real world now. So I diet by counting calories, and what I do is I do it in my head. I become like the guy from Good Will Hunting. Everybody remember Good Will Hunting? I'm like, okay, if I eat half the salad with no dressing, 4 ounces of the chicken, and 3.5 French fries, I could take 3 sips of soda and maybe be able to have a spoonful of ice cream. And the girl is like, ma'am, please just give me your order and get around the corner and go to the pickup window. And I'm like, fuck you, Mrs. McDonald's. I got to fit into the jeans system. You know, all right, whatever. That didn't work. Okay. So don't you hate when people can eat anything? Like you see these bitches, they're like consistently 98 pounds, right? They can eat anything. Like you see them eating, they're throwing food in their mouth like, you know, yeah, and I just, and they're talking to their friends, they're like, I just can't seem to gain weight. Can I have more cheesecake, please? I'm like, fuck them. Fuck them and fuck their metabolisms. Speaking of which, I think my batteries of my metabolism, like I think metabolisms run on batteries and mine absolutely have to be replaced. Cheesecake right now, you know, the thighs getting big, the ass is getting bigger. And by the way, Anna, you got to try anal a few times before you get used to it. Just putting that out there. I'm a little older. You see, I know, right? Okay. So I think those people who can eat and not gain any fucking weight, they're like, that's their superpower. You know, that is their superpower. It's like being bitten by a radioactive fashion model. Okay, I didn't get COVID, but I got the fashion model bite. That's what I want. So now wait, the worst part for me as a woman is these bitches can go to the doctor and get on the scale and not take anything off and they're fine with their weight. I want to tell you, I go to the doctor, everything's coming off, all right? My false eyelashes, my wig. But if I was wearing a wig, the wig, the shirt, the pants, the bra, the underwear. Last time I was at the gynecologist, I have a male gynecologist, lucky me, right? I come in, I take off my bra and underwear and he gets all red in the face. And I'm like, listen, Dr. Herman, if you think this is bad or you're embarrassed, you need to turn around because the IUD is coming out next. Every ounce counts. Although who the fuck needs an IUD at my age? Let's be honest, it'd be the Immaculate Conception. It'd be a medical miracle, you know. Okay, so let's see. So yeah, and I'll tell you why all this goes on. It's society, right? This is a societal ill. Women have to be young, they have to be desirable, right? Not men, right? You can look like shit and you're still gonna get women. Because if you're a man, all you have to be is smart and sensitive and handsome. Total fucking bullshit. All you gotta do is be rich. I mean, listen, look at Bill Gates. Look at that. He looks like a fucking rake went over him, right? I mean, you see Bill Gates walking down the street and you're thinking, if he's not Bill Gates, thank fucking God IT finally sent someone over to fix my computer. Right? I mean, seriously. I mean, the bigger the bank account, the hotter the guy. Am I right? Like the guy is like the skinnier, you know, the more blonde. And look at Anna, she's beautiful, right? This is what you're looking for. So let's see. And how about Jeff Bezos, right? I swear to God, I think he looks like Elmer Fudd. You guys know who Elmer Fudd was? Bugs Bunny. To me, Jeff Bezos looks like Elmer Fudd. I mean, why doesn't he have trouble getting any women? I mean, he can, he can just have them delivered to his mansion in an Amazon package. I'm sorry if I seem a little angry today, all right? Because I have what we call road rage. I do. I have fucking road rage. Does anyone else have road rage here? Yeah. Yeah, I know. You know, if someone's going too slow, they're a pain in the ass. If they're going too fast, they're a motherfucker. It's like I have road rage. So the other day I'm driving and this man cuts me off, right? So I speed up really fast. I get right next to him. My husband's like, someone's gonna fucking shoot you one day, Robin. I'm like, bring it on, bitch, you know? So he cuts me off. I'm like driving right next to him and he's got tinted windows. What a fucking waste of a finger fuck, you know? I'm like going like this to him and his windows tinted, like he can't see me flipping him off, you know? It's like a philosophical discussion starts going on in my head. Like, you don't see a bear shit in the woods. Did he really shit in the woods? Like, if this asshole can't see me flipping him off, am I really flipping him off? It's a waste of a flip off, right? I mean, think about it, you know? So let's see. So I also like to go to the gym like Anna, except, you know, when I go to the gym, it seems like everybody feels sorry for me, you know, because inevitably at our gyms, you know, you got the anorexic 4-year-old sitting on the, on the treadmill next to you. So I get on the treadmill yesterday. I mean, you have to still wear a mask at the gym. So already I'm anoxic. I can't breathe. I feel like I'm going to faint. I get on the treadmill, and inevitably there's the 5-year-old anorexic next to me, and I'm working, and she's looking at me with such sympathy in her eyes, like, lady, you need to be home watching Oprah, doing some knitting. And I'm thinking, bitch, you look at me that way one more time, I'm hopping off this treadmill, jumping on your chest, and pulling out that feeding tube. And then I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, it's 3 o'clock. Don't you have a date in the bathroom to lose your lunch? Yeah. Then at the gyms in my house, I'm not politically correct. Sorry if there's any anos out there. I wish I could be ano for like a month. That's all I want. Just give me a fucking month. My son's getting married. Just give me a month. So, they have these trainers at the gym. They don't get paid a lot of money, I have to say. They pretty much work for minimum wage. You have to hire them to train you. And I'm not doing that. I'm an out-of-work comic right now. I ain't paying anybody. So I go to the gym, and they're all like standing around, and they want to make eye contact with you because that's the only way they get you to get interested in them. So, they all look the same. They're all short and squatty. They got big muscles, 100 tattoos, 17 earrings. That's how they look here. I like to call them all by one name, the GEDers. Do you guys know what the GED is? I don't know. It's a guy's little test. Yeah. So yesterday I'm sitting at the gym, I'm getting ready to work out, and one of them makes eye contact with me. Like, he's actually caught my eye. And I really work hard for this not to happen. He walks over to me, and I'm like sweating because I know I'm wearing a mask. I'm sweating. I'm having a hard time breathing. He walks over to me, and he's just about, and I can see through his mask, he's just about to open his mouth. And I grab his necktie, and he's wearing a tie. I said, listen, buddy, if I wanted you to train me, I would have worn makeup. So another thing that really irritates me is people chewing with their mouth open. I fucking hate it. Like, don't chew with your mouth open if you're near me. Now I gotta tell you, my husband does this. He chews with his mouth open. It drives me fucking nuts. And he knows, we're married a long time, 35 years. He knows not to do that in front of me. But the other night, we're sitting down and having dinner, and he starts chewing with his mouth open. And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, let me tell you something, buddy. You continue to chew with your mouth open. When we go to bed tonight, I'm going to bed with my legs closed.
Just one night? Holy shit, you're awesome.
I'm a mean motherfucker.
Wife of the century.
It really bothers me. It's like, I don't want to know what the fuck is in your mouth. I'm not your goddamn dentist. I don't give a shit. You're eating chicken wrap. You're eating chicken parm. I don't want to see the spaghetti sauce in your mouth. I find it totally disgusting. If you're doing that, I got 2 words for you: liquid diet. Get yourself a blender and some straws, and have at it. Also, by the way, you don't need any teeth if you're doing that. Believe me. Just put yourself on a liquid diet. No one gives a shit what you're eating. I don't care what you're eating. The person you're with doesn't care what you're eating, and I don't want to see it. So on that note, I'll leave you with a little quickie.
Fuck you, husband.
What I should leave you with, I'll go back to the old. It takes me a while. I'm old. I have to go back to some of the old shit. So, my daughter called me, and she, now the COVID's ending. She lives in Manhattan. She wants me to take her to get waxed. She's, let's go get waxed together. Which means she wants me to pay for it. I don't mind paying for it. It's fine. It's a little, she's a millennial. So basically, she doesn't give a fuck whether I'm living or dying. But, when she wants to get waxed, she wants me to pay for it. So she goes to me, Mom, I want you to do me a favor, though. You're married to Daddy for a long time. You know how I get that Brazilian thing? And you're stuck back in the 80s with that runway? She goes, Mom, why don't you get yourself a Brazilian? Daddy will love it. I'm like, first of all, it's none of your fucking business. And second of all, your father likes, no, he loves my runway. Besides, at his age, he needs a little guidance. Not like those freaking flyers anymore, more like puddle jumpers on Virgin Atlantic. Once you finally take off, before you know it, the trip's over. You've been a great audience. I wish you guys all the fabulous lives you pretend to have on Instagram.
Fantastic.
She can't talk. She's choking. She doesn't want me to see her eat the food in her mouth. Go ahead. It's all right. It's all right. Take an exemption. It's your show.
I like the way what was it you just said of the Instagram, the fabulous lives that you use. Yeah, I barely have any pictures on Instagram, so as far as anyone's concerned, I have no life. There we go. I mean, the chewing gum, it's pet peeves, isn't it, really? Chewing gum for yourself. Something for me, like one of my things, pet peeves, is it's just people smoking, people who smoke, okay? And they don't actually, I know smoking's not good for you, but if you're gonna do it, you're gonna inhale, okay? You've got to smoke properly. And that's one of my pet peeves, you know, when people just hold a cigarette like it's an incense stick, you know, and actually don't smoke it, really pisses me off. It's just like, look, it smells like shit, just inhale it or don't. Because that's one of my pet peeves, fully get it. I didn't realize, Robin, you were so tall.
Yeah, I'm almost legally a midget now.
Yeah, you laugh about that, but what's it like being? Is it 5'2"?
I'm 5'2". I mean, it's all right. My son, I have 2 sons and a daughter. My son's getting married in January, and his future wife is 4'11".
Oh wow!
Yeah, but she's perfect. She's absolutely perfect and great, and we love her to death. You know, she'll just need a booster seat in the limo to the wedding.
Sure can.
Dear God, she cannot be listening to this.
Well, yeah, her wedding, all the wedding gifts will just be in big boxes, looking very similar to each other, won't they?
Listen, she's a little package, but she's a spitfire. I love her to death. That's real talk.
That's really cool. And do you find yourself when going to the gym, and it's another reason I like to go to gym, like when it's very quiet, because I spend quite a lot of time with the gym machines, you know, and it's not me too. Yeah, and so it's not me like spending time on actually exercising on the gym machines. It's me just kind of changing the mechanics of the machine, you know, making the seats this way, the pedals, this bit. It's just quite a long process, and it really pisses the person who goes on the bike after me. It really pisses them off. I love it. Fucking gotta change it.
I just leave my sweat on the bike. You know, I just leave my sweat. I don't wipe it off. And I'm like, you know what? I found it that way. I'm leaving it that way. Deal with it, little fucker.
That's very considerate of you.
I'm a bitch. I told you.
I read as well with the restaurants. I mean, I put on weight very easily. I can lose it. It's like sort of up and down. And you know, I love to eat, and a lot of people know about that. But with the so I had read recently, and I don't know if I read it fully, but from what I read, they're considering putting like the calories and how many calories each meal has on menus and things. I'm like, fucking hell, please don't, because that's one hell of a long date, isn't it? Or sort of an outing with friends, isn't it? What time's the reservation for? Well, from 2 till 6, and we'll be eating between 5:30 and 6:30. Before we'll be adding up with a calculator. I mean, I really hope they didn't do it, and please don't tell me this was an idea from Boris.
Yeah.
Out of all the people, come on, Boris. He obviously can't count his calories. Never can I, really. So that's fun. Lovely. It's been a really fun night. Thank you for joining us. Also, thank you for applause for our acts. Hault, Gareth Ball, Mahesh, and Robin Lakin. Fantastic. Thank you also for watching on the outside. Keep safe. And yeah, have fun. Enjoy the newfound freedom in a pub, wherever. Cool. That's what I do, guys. Take care.
See you guys later.
I feel like
Well done,
Braveheart.
guys.
Freedom!
Yeah, I know. I've just stopped streaming. Mahesh, it's still recording just for you.
Download it.
You can download it because Carl showed you, which is great because I'm doing it now as well. Woohoo! That was cool. With that. Yeah, it's going to be on Facebook. Yeah, it's what, Robin, where you are, what is the situation exactly? So that's
I live right over we lived in Manhattan for many years, and I lived in LA, and now I raised my kids in New Jersey, but we're right over the border. I'm like, really, it takes me about 15-20 minutes to get into the city for gigs.
oh, wow.
But the thing is that the city opened up, New York opened up the other day, like all the restaurants at full capacity, don't have to wear a mask to be vaccinated. It's really open. New Jersey, our governor has not, he thinks probably by next Wednesday, he'll open everything up. We can be outside without a mask now. It's crazy. I mean, the whole thing is nuts already. I'm so sick of it. I'm telling you, with this lockdown in 9 months from now, there's going to be a baby boom. And because of the vaccinations, you're going to see a lot of kids with 3 tits. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
I'm just saying, you know.
Where's my third tit?
The extra
Where's
arm. I don't know.
Yeah, either that or as Gareth said, like with superpowers. Woohoo! Probably more likely the earlier one. Really fun. I'm gonna say goodnight because I've got a bit of EastEnders to catch up on. Just being honest. Sean, it's really fun to have you on Frenzy, and I hope you can come back as well. That's really cool. Gareth, good to see you. Brooke, good to see you. Keep safe, guys. Keep safe, and I hope to see you soon as well, whether it's online or in face to face. Cool. Not in face to face, face to. Cool. Okay,
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Ernest.
Everybody, great job, great show.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.